Perfect.
All right.
Beautiful man. Beautiful smile.
Hey, thank you.
Beautiful
Thank you.
beard. You really embrace the look.
Well, it is me. It is my face.
Yeah. You had to
I've had about 59 years of practice.
Did you ever get used to it?
No.
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 So I know nothing about facial hair other than I heard the saying of a beard is a man's makeup.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I wouldn't probably say that.
You don't think so?
No. I think it's a beard has always been a beard since the beginning of time has been a struggle of a man's identity.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's been wars over beards. Beards have been used to pull somebody down and, destroy them.
Mm-hmm.
Beards have been outlawed, like Russia outlawed them and had to pay a beard tax.
How does that work? A beard tax?
Yeah, you had to have. There was a special coin you had to pay
to
if
have
you
facial
had a beard.
hair.
Yeah.
Really? Was it like a length thing?
I don't know.
Or
I
was
think it was just facial hair. So there's just been war against facial hair. That was, the last one was one of the ones was the British Navy outlawed the beard.
Okay.
And that's supposedly there was a general or whatever he was and his last name was Burnside. So he was the one that really pushed the limit and had no hair on his chin, but he had the mutton chops way down.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why they call them sideburns now.
Nice.
Because of him.
Yeah.
So there's been this history with beards, right down into Rome where, they said a man is not sophisticated unless he's clean shaven or
I've heard that.
whatever.
I have heard that.
Yeah. So there was all this thing. So I think to say a beard is a man's makeup kind of really not that. Wow, how can I say this without getting pummeled? I think it just limits the importance of a beard.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of rare in when I started my business. It wasn't about shaming unbearded people.
Yeah.
To make beards better.
Exactly.
It was about you have a choice. A beard is a choice of grooming.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you have a beard or you don't, that's your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't.
Because it's maintenance to not have a beard either.
You know what? It is, and it's a choice of the way you look.
Mm-hmm.
And I've tried to maintain that, even though you see online a lot of ads for men's beard products that say if you're not bearded, you're a baby.
Mm-hmm. Or the masculine aspect of the marketing.
And I don't think that's probably a proper demonstration of what true masculinity is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not opposed to masculinity.
Yeah. I'm
just opposed to what it represents in some people's minds of being overbearing and got to do it my way kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think beards can also be that play.
Oh, yeah.
Some people.
Definitely.
Well,
just look at how much hair has been involved with the whole world, and then beards are the same way.
Yeah.
It's the exact same way.
Yeah. So now I say it's nice to see we finally have been given a proper choice when it comes to bearded faces.
Mm-hmm.
That your armed forces made a new law that their men could have beards in the forces to a certain limit. Certain airlines said that their employees could be bearded as well. And so it was nice to see that it was finally given a good grooming choice.
Yeah.
And so if I kind of did a play on words when we created our shaving soap, because I wanted to prove that I'm not against bare faces.
Yeah.
Some of my best friends have bare faces, but it's like, I called it If You Must.
Okay.
Shaving soap.
Cool.
So because some guys were saying, man, I really like your brand. I like your product. I like the idea, but I can't or I'm not allowed, or I'm unable to grow a beard.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the inspirations actually is a local man who works for the fire department in St. John. And he said, man, I love the fragrance of your product, but I have to, for my job, I have to be clean shaven.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to appreciate that. People that do the kind of job that he does.
Well, you're going to have to wear a gas mask.
Exactly. And so I
his...
can't say, well, get a real job so you can grow a beard, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that because that doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it inspired me to make a product that not only had the same scent, but the same quality, so that a guy could shave his face. Because it really, initially, my whole idea of starting the product line was to give men that feeling they deserved when they got ready in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? Because I feel that's something that we lost in our culture, was that making yourself ready in the morning so that when anything that hits you, you were ready for. Mm-hmm. And we were in such a hurry. Like most people jump out of bed, scrape their head along the wall on their way to get the breakfast, and that's what they end up with, right?
Nope.
And I think we deserve more than that. Everybody does.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to somebody the other day about how fast life is getting, and we're busy, and things are just moving 10 times faster than they were 5 years ago.
Right.
So, again, the morning routine.
Well, and it's a matter of choice because we have no less time than we had before.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if they've changed the clock, or not.
Yeah, the 24 hours has always been the same.
24 hours is still standard, right? Not only that, look at your Bill Gates, your Elon Musk, all these guys. Mm-hmm. Somehow they managed to get this stuff done in a 24-hour day. Yep. Right? And so if they can do it, why can't we? It's just the priority. Mm-hmm. It's like, do you take that time in the morning or not?
I personally do. I love having my morning relaxed.
Yeah.
I don't like to rush my mornings. I like to eat my breakfast slowly and, I don't know, take my shower leisurely. Right. Because I have just jumped out of bed and just threw my clothes on, get out the door, barely able to eat enough oatmeal or something.
Right.
But yeah, we all have the same 24 hours.
Right. It's just, again, it's how you spend it. And I was brought up, I grew up on a farm. And so on our farm, breakfast was the main meal. It was the important meal.
I agree.
So you had to have, we had our own eggs, so, my mother stayed home and worked out of the home. And I mean, she had some people to feed on the farm and so on. Mm-hmm. So we always had like a cooked breakfast in the morning. And it's a habit that's hard to break. When you're used to having that start. Yeah. And so the grooming routine to me was the kind of the driving force behind the product. Really? Was how can I give men a good reason to spend that time? Like how can I enhance that experience?
Yep. Something to look forward to in their morning to enhance the rest of their day.
That's right. To prepare themselves to, that's why our product has a natural ingredient in it. The essential oils are in such that they're at their most powerful point when you first put them on. Mm-hmm. And then they dissipate because they evaporate. Yeah. Each oil has a different evaporation rate. And that's why you combine certain oils depending on what you want them to do.
So how do you, I'm interested in how you come up with this concept and how you test it. How do you do that whole process?
Well, my father had given me advice when I was very young. And to this day, I'm not sure if it was him giving me good advice or giving me a hint that he didn't think that I was going to do it well on my own. But his advice was, Matt, if I was you, I'd surround myself with intelligent people. So I'm not sure what, if that was like, here's a good hint for you, or dude, you're going to need this. Yeah. So
maybe a little bit of both, honestly.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, if you're the smartest person in your circle, you got to get a new circle.
Exactly. So I went out and I searched out people who were authorities in this area and enlisted them to help me kind of get this, because I couldn't even spell essential oils when I started. I was like going from grocery store to drugstore saying, what do you have for hair? What goes in the hair? You know? And at the time, even health food stores says, well, we got argan oil. That's all we got. Or, and go to the grocery store. We got Crisco.
Yeah.
And so it's like I was desperate to try to figure it out, that I tried anything and then realized I had to create something that was even better.
Yeah.
So again, there was only at the time a couple of companies, because beards had not yet come mainstream as they are now.
They did get a trend hit, didn't they?
They did. And I didn't see, I'm one of the few companies that didn't form because of the trend.
Yeah, your motivation and your why was completely different than just
completely different. Like since then there are companies who are actually ad agencies who saw the trend and created a beard product.
Yeah.
To make money.
And that's like one of those kind of like quick scheme.
Right.
Like it's nice at the moment and you kind of can make a buck at the time, but then it's usually not long lasting.
And they just want to sell that initial product. They don't even have to have return customers, because they're selling that, thousands and thousands of, some companies made millions of dollars by that first sale.
Yep.
And I tried a few of them, not in my beard, but smelling them. I've never had another product in my beard.
Nice.
I just won't do it because I'm easily affected by that.
Yeah.
Like I might try one and say, oh, dude, maybe I should have done this different, and I just don't want to get into that game.
Yeah.
So when I tried it, I smelled a few. A lot of them had synthetic ingredients in them, which I did not want to do. So, again, when I started, it was just about creating that experience. That's why it took me 6 months to finally come to the original scent.
Yep.
So my routine was, when I had the prototype, put it in my hands, put it through the beard, lights were out. I was in the bathroom in front of the mirror, and I put it in my beard, and I went, I took that initial breath, because that's what I was looking for, was that initial sense of, so that those oils, they give you that initial thing, and then they dissipate a little bit and warm up and absorb into you a little bit more, and it's not overpowering, because it was never meant to be perfume for the face.
No.
It was meant to be an all-around thing that works for the skin, the hair. I said the hair, the skin, and the man within.
Oh, cool.
And that's what it's meant to do.
Yeah.
So that was how it first started, was to finally get that. And when I had that feeling, I kind of knew it was there, because I was flooded with memories at the same time. Memories that would have been comforting, secure, warm, just those. I was flooded with those, that scent brought back those memories. And since then, I've had others that when they initially smell the product, they say, oh, it reminded me of this, it reminded me of that. One guy said, it reminded me when I went rock climbing for the first time, and I stopped and I was on the edge and I was looking down over the valley, and that sense of adrenaline. And I said, dude, that's so good. Let's do a video.
That's what you want. No, that's what you want.
Yeah.
A lot of companies, since it is now becoming more fast-paced, it's the business aspect of it. We're starting to lack that value of a company or the value of a product.
Yeah.
It's a lot of trend. It's a lot of jumping to the next thing, whatever.
Because the trend makes money. That's the issue that I've had. That's the rub that I've had since day one, is that use cheaper ingredients, get a wider audience, get wider distribution, which sounds great. And as you go down that road, you realize there's a lot of compromise that you have to do. And I thought, there's got to be a way to do both. And it's still a hard struggle, because you watch other companies who do those things that you don't want to do, but you need to do to get to that level.
Yeah.
And you watch them just run the race and hit the goal.
Have you ever heard a tree grow?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a few companies out there that.
Sorry. Have you ever heard a tree grow? It's like a quote. So, you never hear a tree grow, but you just see it. Right.
Right. See the results.
So maybe you're in the growing stage, and then maybe you'll take off, and people will really appreciate that value.
Well, we do have loyal customers that have used the product. loyally from day one.
Mm-hmm.
And even though some people still don't know that my business changed hands, it's now under new ownership.
Oh, okay.
They still maintain that same quality ingredients. But what they've been able to do, what they brought to the table that I didn't have, they have a lot of background in administration, building systems,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah.
still maintaining the integrity.
Mm-hmm.
So I came to a point where I could no longer do it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So handing it over to another group, which are local people still, what it's meant is that we are able to finish some unfinished product. And I had other products that I wanted to do, but was just run out of time and energy.
Yeah.
So now, manufacturing is hard when you're at certain levels.
Mm-hmm.
And then I bumped up against this wall every single time of being able to increase productivity and not lose the quality.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're at the point where we're able to do that, and we've got all the formulations down that I can make it the same if I make 10,000 gallons to making 1 gallon. I get a formulation that works with those amounts.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
I did check out your website before you came on today. I checked it out this morning, and that feeling I did get when I looked at your website didn't feel like that masculine feeling.
Right.
It felt natural. It felt like you said, it was, I'm trying to put it in my own words, because I did feel, it felt inviting. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
It almost felt like that comfortability of it, and it didn't feel like it was like you. It's hard to put it in words. It really is a hard thing to put in words.
It's a feeling more than just an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's again, it's been hard to maintain because you bring other people in who do social media and you hire people. And we've had some blunders where somebody's come in and they totally missed the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And first thing they want to do is they want to face shame, to promote the brand.
Mm-hmm.
And I just go, we can't do that. It's not about that. It's about, the bottom line is how can we move the needle on the way a man feels about himself.
Yeah.
Based on a product that we make. Can we somehow assist men feel and look better, right? And one may come before the other with certain people. But if I had to boil it down into one thing, it's like we're making products that help men feel and look better,
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're after to do. And so again, it's great. I'm glad that the messaging is coming through on the website because that's a struggle.
Yeah, it is a struggle.
The website's a marketing tool.
Yep.
Right. And there's always that creep that comes in and says, well, you need to market to the masses, and they want to see you getting out of a limo with girls in bikinis and sticking your head in a lion's mouth,
Yeah, there is that stigma behind it.
And some companies have done that, but some of those companies are no longer existing,
mm-hmm.
right? But I wanted to completely stay away from that genre. Because I'm telling you, our customer base, I jokingly say they're from rednecks to execs,
mm-hmm.
And everything in between.
Yep.
I've hand delivered product to bank managers, and then I have self-proclaimed rednecks that love the product.
Yeah.
So it changes.
It really does vary. Yeah. And like you said, making a man feel good. There is a lot more awareness on men too nowadays.
Yes. Yeah.
A man can actually change his look a lot by taking a little bit of care of himself too.
Oh, look.
And they can feel so much better.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of... My grandparents said to me one time that being a man nowadays compared to what it used to be, there's a lot more pressure. Do you agree with that?
I would say there is, because it's less and less acceptable to be that version of a man that people allowed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we're still struggling with that. When men do something, it's chalked up, oh, he's just a man. He's being a man.
Yeah.
But if a woman did something, oh, that poor woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's a so-and-so.
Yeah.
It's like there's still that stigma with, that's not what I'm talking about when I talk about manhood. Manhood is a man who knows his limitations, doesn't push people around, and is willing to stand up for everybody and help people out. But, you know, the old saying goes is that you can't feel for others that you don't feel for yourself, right? The way you feel about yourself is becomes a ceiling for the way you feel about everybody else, right? And so I want to remove that ceiling.
Yeah.
You know, help remove that ceiling so men can feel like they can actually assist other people, because they're not. Because if you feel terrible about yourself, you're not going to go around making everybody else feel great.
Exactly.
Right?
Like if I don't feel good, I'm not going to try to make you feel good, right? Because I don't feel good with myself.
That's right.
What am I going to do?
You do the opposite. Usually, you know, they say bullies are just ones who need everybody to be below them, right? Because they're so low. And that's a very generalized statement. Yeah. But I just, I think, wow, there's so many layers to it. Yep. It's not as simple as
a one and done answer.
I mean, there's thousands of years of development in culture with men, and so we can't solve it just in one product. But you know, it's like, just to help out in some way.
No, and you're doing your part, right? That's all we can do is do each of our own. And I do want to get a little more into beards. You do have product that helps with beard growth, right?
No. That's one of my pet peeves about the beard product. It's, you know, legally you can't make any claims that are not held up by actual fact. When it comes to beard growth, as far as I know, there's no product out there that is a miracle grow thing. Yeah. And any company that proclaims that, and I know there's companies out there, and sorry guys, but buying a pill, rubbing, you know, this alligator's butt on your face or whatever, who knows what ridiculous idea, right? Yeah. Is not going to be the answer, because there are so many variables, right? They say hair growth for a guy comes from his mother's side. So if your mother doesn't have a beard, no, I'm kidding. No, but if there, there's genetics, there's diet.
Oh, diet's a huge
there's
one.
Care, skin care. There's so many variables that to say that we have this, snake oil that will grow hair.
And it'll help everyone.
It'd be great if that was the end. But no, I will not be one of those ones in order to sell my product. Say, hey, guys, but what I will say is that our product can assist somebody having a healthier beard and a healthier face. It helps in that process, but it's not the answer. Because there is no official answer. No, despite what people say. I work in the hair industry, and I have a lot of people sit in my chair who struggle with hair growth that would just pay anything. So other than transplants, which there was a doctor, plastic surgeon in Brooklyn, New York, transplanting beards at $7,000 to $15,000 a face. Yeah. So that was the only thing I heard of that would give somebody beardless a beard.
Yeah. Well, Floyd Mayweather.
Yes.
He always had a bald face, but then he got a transplant beard. Yeah. And it does look good. Yeah. But how does it grow when you?
I don't. You know what? I have no idea. It scares me even to get to the point to even Google that stuff would scare me. So I stay away from that.
Because I don't know if you can.
I got enough useless information going around in my brain right now. I can't take anymore.
Oh, that's funny. Someone like me, I'm growing a beard. I don't think I'm going to have any issues, but I do have bald patches here, and I do get pimples
Right.
every now and then, just random ones through kind of around my mouth.
Yep.
What would I use for an example to help that?
Well, again, it's about cleansing the skin because hair grows from the skin out,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so it's the pores that you really have to look after.
And that's when diet comes into.
Diet, they say water, water, water.
Mm-hmm.
Drink water, lots of water. Some say protein intake is a big thing, red meat, stuff like that. But there are a lot of great vegetarian beards out there, I must say.
Yeah, I believe
So,
it. And every human's different. People are going to react to each food differently too.
Exactly. So long as you're getting a protein in your diet, the cleaning of your face, that's why we created the soap, so that we created a soap that didn't strip the skin down.
Oh, okay.
It cleans, but it doesn't strip.
Mm-hmm.
And so that also is part of the layering of that help to go towards a better beard. But when I was your age, I couldn't grow a beard for the life of me.
Really?
Oh my goodness. It looked like I was in a fight with a cat. Like it was like
super patchy.
Like the circus tried to recruit me several times. But, and it was just awful. And I was embarrassed because I grew up around some tremendous beards.
Mm-hmm.
Like my brother seemed to shave one day and then the next day he had a full, beautiful beard.
That's the same as my brother, actually.
Yeah, so it's like I was so jealous. And I remember as a kid, I would lay in bed at night just hoping for a beard and have a dream that night that I had a full beard only to wake up barefaced again.
You might have been the only kid to dream that.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. I had strange dreams that just shouldn't get into. But anyway, but it's, it wasn't until I was in my 30s that I was able to actually grow facial hair. Mm-hmm. I've had every type of facial hair. I've mustache, no mustache, the soul patch,
just the long
goatee. I had, at one point I had such a long goatee that my wife and I were in India for about 2 or 3 weeks. And I was in a restaurant and I heard this shuffling behind me. And it was a group of young men following me around, asking if I was like this teacher of great knowledge. Because I had this crazy looking beard.
The beard does bring on wisdom, doesn't it?
The more you stroke the beard, the more smart you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know.
It's all like you're drawing the brain cells to life or something.
There's magical dust in there.
Yeah, it's like, what do you do when you're thinking? It's like, it is.
Maybe that's what people are doing. Very therapeutic way of thinking.
It is a they just
kind of rub their hands.
I had one guy that actually had to shave his beard off because he couldn't leave it alone. He kept twirling his finger in it.
So what would happen?
Just it would get all twirled up and everything, and he found it distracting.
You should braid it.
I've had it braided. It's the weirdest thing. I'm one of these guys that when I go through the airport, I'm always randomly selected. I don't know what it is. My family laughs at it. They think it's funny. The only time it's never happened to me is when I was coming back from Cuba with my son. And while there, I'd gone to this place and they braided my beard and put a bunch of beads in it. And I bought this Cuban-style straw hat. And this is what I got off the plane with. And they flagged me through. Like, dude, go ahead. One of my daughters attempted to put one of those automatic battery-operated beading things in my beard and got stuck one time. So, yeah, there's been several things done to my beard over the...
I wonder why they check it. Think you're shoving things in there?
No, not my beard. They just me. Oh. I've been barefaced and randomly checked.
That's fine.
So it's just me. It's
maybe
just
maybe you got a particular
I don't know.
face.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm one of those guys. My family just laughs. That's even funny. If I drive over the border. Like we got it down to a science that we got to the border and then we switched so my wife would drive.
Nice.
And then I'd have to sit there and not look at anybody and just keep my mouth shut. Because it seems like as soon as I looked at somebody just to say hi, pull in there, please. So I don't know what it is. Like, it's an issue.
Funny. Maybe you should look at them.
I don't know. I tried everything, and the only thing that works is my wife drives. I keep my mouth shut, and So anyway,
strange.
It is a very funny thing.
For anybody listening that hasn't got the memo yet, this is Matt White, and he owns a Sussex Beard Oil. The company is called Sussex Beard Oil, and he's been doing this since 2013, right?
Yeah, started in 2012.
2012. Officially, yeah. I guess the idea planted it.
Yeah.
And then
first prototype was 2012.
Official launch. And
in 2013, we made it an official company because it was only supposed to be a hobby kind of thing. And then
was it a passion project, and then you just kept working at it?
Yeah. And I've had a few over the years, but this was the most ridiculous idea I think I ever came up with. But I decided, let's see how far this goes. And so that's, I've always been interested in men's grooming. I work as a barber now.
Yeah, I heard that. Nick Muller was telling me that you're into that.
Yeah, so it just was a natural progression, which I've always wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And so, it's funny that I often tell the story of my earliest memory of my father. You got to realize my dad was 6'4", about 6'4", and not a big man far as big around, but he was long and lanky, and he had snow white hair, and he had snow white hair since he was like 28. Wow. And it was wavy, so he, if he didn't cut it, he'd look like a giant Q-tip. But the earliest memory I have of my father is as a boy in the bathroom, kind of sitting there watching him in front of the mirror. Mm-hmm. And at that time, there was Bro cream that they used to put in their hair. And he'd take that one last comb of his hair, that wave, and he'd pause and look in the mirror. And now, looking back, I realize he was saying, "Day, whatever you bring me, I've prepared myself for." Because this is a man that got up at 4:30 every morning to get ready for the day. But that was his routine. Mm-hmm. And looking back at the time, if I do the math, that time in his life was a most traumatic time because there was a crash, economic crash back in the 70s, early 70s, and he'd lost a lot. So he had never lost that morning routine to get ready.
And that's important. You always see the billionaires with the morning routine and stuff, like how crucial it is, because no matter what the day faces, if you can start your morning right, you'll be able to get through the day. And they
have the same 24 hours you and I do.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just get up and scrape your head against the wall and, who knows what you're going to be prepared for.
Yeah. I always wake up at 6 a.m. every morning no matter what.
Yeah.
I do my best, and I do have the same routine every morning. I read my book, and again, I don't like to rush through my morning. I just like to. I'll start cooking breakfast and read my book at the same time, and kind of go through it leisurely, and then jump in the shower. Cold showers. I'm a big fan of cold showers.
Oh wow!
It really helps my skin.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really have a good diet too. I don't.
Okay.
But I just naturally get random pimples that just stick out.
Yeah.
So cold showers I find help my skin a lot though.
Yeah.
So
and it's more natural.
I heard that cold showers also help with hair. Do you agree with that?
I don't know. I don't have any information on that, but I think possibly if you're finding it healthy in other areas, if you find it healthy for your skin, again, hair grows from the skin out. So again, it's not maybe it's not one thing. Maybe it's a combination of things. That's a healthy thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What
else do you do? What other?
Oh gosh.
Cutting hair, and maybe I'll have to let you cut my hair sometime.
Yeah, I build furniture. I redo old pieces into something new. One of my last projects, I took a 1940s radio floor model and turned it into a Bluetooth unit.
Nice.
So I've yet to unveil it yet. I've done a video of the process, and I got to do one more video of the unveiling, and then I have a location picked out that probably April, May, June area I'll have it in a location.
Nice. So open to public, people can see it?
Yes, people can see it.
And use it, I guess, eh?
Yeah, it's going to be used daily.
That's cool.
Yeah.
People start making your guesses, I guess. Most people that are listening right now are around here. So
yeah. So I was going to sell it, and then when I finished it, I looked at it and said, no, it needs to be put in a place where people can enjoy it.
That's the beauty about art.
Yeah.
It's like once you create something, it's
I
like,
know.
why do you want to keep it for yourself?
And my wife, I'll finish a piece, and my wife says that's not leaving the house. So I have only one thing left that I've worked on that I've yet to sell, and I haven't pushed it really hard. But I have a set of end tables that I made. So I take old pieces and renew them and stuff like that.
I have a company called Jacob Jones Industrial.
Oh, okay.
And we basically just fabricate with metal and wood.
Oh, yes.
So we do a bunch.
Well, that's right. I saw the website.
Yeah.
I was stoked.
Is there a website?
Well, there's something on Facebook.
Yeah, a Facebook page.
Yeah.
And we have an Instagram page as well.
I'll talk to you later about that, because
okay.
that rocked my world, because
really?
I love that combination of metal and wood.
Industrial furniture just blows me away.
Steampunk, man.
Who's that?
Steampunk is the style of decor. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Steampunk.
Look it up.
I will.
It's nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's industrial. I do a lot of gas pipe furniture and shelving and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's something we're just tinkering with, having fun. And
no, it's good stuff.
See what we can do.
Yeah.
And we were talking to Piccadilly about maybe doing something, but we're kind of unsure.
Yeah.
So
it's a big step.
Yeah, it is a big step.
Yeah.
But it's super fun, and I'm also doing it with a really good friend of mine, so that just makes it the better, and we can just bounce ideas, as well as doesn't really feel like work. We're just kind of.
And that's when it's the best.
Yeah.
It's very creative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're just in the shop, listening to music, and
look
like we sketch out ideas, and I'd like to take it a little farther than it is what it is now, but
we've always, my wife is an artist as well and does interior decorating stuff, and we've always dreamt that our retirement plan would be to have a nice little shop off of a house or something,
like a studio type shop where you can create stuff
where we can sell stuff, and
it's amazing
because she does some great art pieces. And
I believe it. Does she have a place around here?
No, she's shy about her art, but people offered her money for it, and she needs to make more of it.
Yeah, you can get her to send me some pictures and we'll bam, bam, bam.
Oh yeah, I started. I'll send you some stuff, because I started a gallery on my phone of things we make.
Nice.
And so collecting all the pictures and stuff. So yeah,
that goes a long ways too. Again, my friend that with Jacob Jones Industrial, Jacob really agrees with building things and creating things and kind of taking pride in what you do, and there's way more appreciation in it.
Right.
And again, the value of things, and we are losing that.
Well, it's funny. It's the cycle, I think, is coming back, because people now value. I mean, it's interesting. I look at the food business for one example. One example I use is the potato chip industry. There was one time that the advertising on a side of a potato chip truck was the bag of chips. They weren't even open.
Yeah.
You didn't see where they came from. You didn't even know they were from potatoes, right? Because nobody wanted to know.
Oh, really?
Right? That was the marketing thing. Mm-hmm. Now you've got people pulling the potato out of the dirt and putting it in a bag, and people want to know it's still got dirt on it, and that has changed, where people want to know where things came from. They want to know what's in it. They want to know something in it that's good, right?
It's just sorry, you can.
No.
It's just like the dog food companies.
Yes.
Dogs don't care what's in the food.
Right.
It's just the humans want to know that there's carrots and spinach and chicken and beef in their food and healthy, and then you just promote that. And again, nobody cared about that, but then it just started to turn into that.
And the poor new guy that gets hired, he's the one that has to see if it tastes like real chicken.
Yeah.
Like, who is that guy in the warehouse that gets that job?
Yeah,
right?
True.
Like cat food.
Yes.
This tastes like real chicken, guys. Yeah, this is it. We've done it. We have made it.
You guys got to drink it to get the flavor from the oil.
Congratulations, guys. You've done it. World's best cat food.
I ate cat food when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah, I've tried it a few times.
When I was a kid, we used to grab dog food and eat it.
Yeah.
The dry stuff.
It's really not a bad taste, to be honest.
It's really nasty.
You don't like it?
When I was a kid, it was made of nasty stuff.
Oh. Yeah, who knows what was in it now.
Oh, I don't even want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's the stuff that didn't make it to the table.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just say.
Grinded up something.
Yeah. People won't eat this, but the dogs will.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Where can we go with this? This can get all edited out.
I know. Well, that's okay. Yeah, that's basically the story. So it's nice for people to know that the company's still going.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to grow again. It kind of went on a little bit of a dive. That was my doing.
Oh, okay.
My wife was diagnosed 3 years ago with cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And so it was quite a devastating time for us all. So I kind of pulled back from wanting to do anything other than focus on that or deal with that. So it was a hard time.
Yep.
So there was that. There was other elements, many elements that contributed to me pulling back and being tired because the business had taken up like 16 hours a day for so long. And so now we're in a different place where there's a new owner involved. I'm still on board as the ambassador.
Kind of like a chairman.
Yeah, and my ideas are still being fulfilled. It's almost like I look at this and say, I wish I had done this at the beginning. Because now I have somebody on board that loves to do the things I hate to do.
Nice.
Right?
Yep.
And he loves me to do the things I love to do.
Yeah.
Right? So that's it's hard as a business owner. That's one thing a lot of business owners have a struggle with. You end up doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you end up doing some things you're not strong with, but you have no choice.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's hard to let that go too, that little bit of control.
It
like,
is.
In a sense,
It
it's
is
like,
very
I
hard.
want to do it, but
yeah,
there's somebody in that field that knows way more than me.
I know. It's hard to, because for me, because I'm like, if I was going to write a book of my life, it would be called The Accidental Human. Because I have never done too much deliberately. It's always been by accident.
Okay.
So I've always got this fear that somebody's going to discover how accidental I am. So I tend not to let people see behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Because then they're going to see, that dude has no idea what he's doing. Right? But now I'm at the point at my age where I know I have no idea what I'm doing and I don't care who knows now.
Yeah, but it's all trial and error.
It is, you know.
At the end of
but
the day.
at least I'm still trying.
Exactly.
Like I'm still, I have a lot of friends who are now retired or retiring, and I'm just starting a career.
Yeah.
And so I just can't help myself. I need to keep learning new things and trying new things.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of, I don't know if you consider yourself a entrepreneur in a sense, but facing those new challenges is super exciting.
Yeah.
Not everybody enjoys it, I guess. It's not for everybody.
It's an adventure.
It is an adventure.
Yeah. Some people climb cliffs. I'm scared of heights.
Rock climbing's not your thing?
No, I can't. I can't stand in a chair without getting dizzy.
Oh.
So no.
No heights at all?
No.
Balloons?
No.
Hot air balloons?
Oh gosh, no. I'd be the guy curled up in a ball, the bottom of the basket, crying for my mother.
What about a hike?
I can do hikes, yeah. I've done hikes.
Don't go close to the edge, just...
Well, I've done them. I did the coastal, or I did the Fundy footpath. I don't know. But some of my friends found out the hike I did, and they couldn't believe I did it.
Nice.
And it was hard. I almost died. But anyway.
I'm a big promoter on trying things.
Yes.
I love when people try things. It's on my heart, and I want everybody to.
5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll cut it short. I'm a big believer in trying things. And just,
right.
And I like when people try things and try to do more than they think they can.
Right.
Which is kind of like a business. It's like, how far can I push this?
Right.
For example,
Exactly.
you looked at Sussex Beard Oil and you're like, how far can I go with this?
Right.
And it's unlimited. It is unlimited.
Right. It is.
But just knowing that you can try it and there's no harm in it.
Right.
And it could be like the hardest point in your life dealing with that situation.
Yes.
But you will look back and realize, oh, if I didn't try that, I wouldn't have learned this or did this or do that. And that's what limits people, but that's also what pushes people as well.
It is. It's like I had a young fellow in my life years ago who, great young man who was now high up in the court system, and he had said something about he couldn't do something. I think it was the changing the oil in his car.
Okay.
And I said, so how many times have you done it? Have you done it? He said, well, never. I said, then you don't know you can't do it.
Yeah.
So let's try it and then establish you can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So after we did it, showed him how to do it, and he did it, he's like, this is no problem. I can do this anytime. You know? It's like, of course you can.
Yeah.
You just hadn't tried.
Exactly.
And I like, you know, I probably have tried so many things that I look at that other people do, from juggling balloon animals. I remember watching a guy do balloon animals one day. I said, I got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought a bag of balloons and did balloon animals and ended up doing birthday parties in Halifax for a couple of years part-time.
That's funny.
And so, you know, things like that I get in trouble because I start getting into something, I get passionate about it.
Yeah, or a little obsessive.
That's right, yeah. So I tend to, my philosophy is life is for the living.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to live it out as much as I can while I'm here.
I agree.
Right? There's got to be, I don't want to sit in a chair and just do nothing. So.
Yeah. So you're sitting in a chair talking, which is a little more than doing
nothing.
That's
right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm about to go and have somebody else sit in a chair.
Yeah.
And me cut their hair. So.
No, we can cut it here though.
Yeah,
Matt's,
sure.
Matt's got to run, but SussexBeardOil.com, I believe.
Yeah.
And even if you don't have a beard or you just want to take care of your skin, look into it. It's an amazing company. He has a video on his website as well if you want to see him pitch it to Dragon's Den.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's where you went viral.
Yes, I'm like a virus.
Like a virus. He's
a
good virus. He's the opposite. Awesome. Matt White, everybody. He's an amazing person. Contact him if you can. And yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
All right.
Peace.
Ciao.